Alright, hopefully this is working. Just doing this weird thing where it wasn't recording. It would stop recording and then record. Alright, I took a day or two off.
Dick thinks you should be proud of all the potions you
Get
brewed.
my controls back. Maxed on those. 6 max. Edris. How's my inventory space? Oh, I need to go sell some shit. Actually, let me see if there's any. I think I put on online. Alright, so let's go sell. Then we'll come back to the castle.
You're back.
It's open.
Nice to see you again. Nice doing business with you.
And just in case anybody's wondering, even if you never equip an item, once you loot it, you get the appearance for it. Oh, that isn't.
Thanks for stopping by. Hope to see you again.
A +3 offense. And oh, I upgraded that one, so there's defense. Oh well. Correct. Let's see, we've got Summoner's Court. I don't have to wait because it's morning. Samantha Dale.
Hello, Samantha. Are you here for Summoner's Court?
I am. I'm actually rather good at it. Used to play all the time with my brother until... Never mind. Shall we begin?
Yes, I'm ready to play.
Then let's get summoning. Accio!
Oh, got the little more things in it. Oh.
What was I thinking?
I gotta pull this one through hard enough for it to get out of that stuff.
Accio!
How am I to top that? Accio!
she missed that too soon.
Yes!
Let me see if I can bump hers off.
How am I to top that? Accio!
Oh, she missed that. I should be able to vault mine into the 50 if I do this right. Not that I need it.
Accio.
Nope, not quite hard enough. Still one.
How am I to top that? That settles it, then. After your poor show against Natty in class, I thought I could beat you.
Or show.
Appears I overestimated myself.
Don't say that, Samantha. You're a fine player.
Well, that's very kind of you. Let's just say if I'm good, then you're better. I happen to know who you're up against next, and she's no shy opponent. Best of luck.
Okay. Alright, what do we have now? Let's see. What quest do we have assigned? Got quite a few. Let's see. Talk to Serona. So got that one and that one and that one. Probably won't even. Oh, Adelia Oaks. That one's pretty interesting. We'll go ahead and talk to Serona.
Glad you came.
Hello, Serona. I received your owl. How are you?
Hello, my friend. Did you ever find Lodgok?
I did, thank you. We had a good conversation. He sends you his best.
Glad to hear it. I shan't ask for details of your little chat, and I'll refrain from telling you to be careful yet again. But I hope you will be, whatever your plans.
Of course. Your owl mentioned you're needing my help with something?
I do. I thought you might be just the person to do a favour for my friend Dorothy Sprottle in Upper Hogsfield.
I don't believe I've met Mrs. Sprottle.
She's lovely. Her late husband Aidan was a friend of my father's. In fact, I'd stay with Dot and Aidan the summers I waited tables here as a student. I've seen her a few times since Aidan passed, but the pub's been so busy lately, I've not been as attentive as I'd have liked. I wonder if you might pop in and see her. She may need some help collecting ingredients for her supply of Wiggenweld potion. And you could retrieve something of mine in the process. A box, full of old letters and such.
Yeah, this quest is kind of worth it because you get a lot of ingredients for the Wiggenweld stuff.
I'll try to go and see her.
It would mean the world to me, and to Dorothy. Aidan was bringing the box of letters to me when he was taken ill. Dot can tell you where he might have dropped it. You'll find the hamlet just north of Hogsmeade. Please do give Dot my love.
This will be the first time I've these little kids do it. It's like hobby horse, but brooms. Daily preference. Okay.
Hope you have a magical day.
It was an accident, Basilisk Breeder insists. Cornish wizard arrested for breeding basilisk has insisted that it was simply a silly
Read
mistake.
all about it! it.
He was taken in after a routine inspection revealed toad infestations in all 5
All
of
the
his
latest
chicken
visiting
coops.
news right here.
Basilisk breeding has long been forbidden by the ministry, however, due to the potency, rarity,
Get
and
your
value of
daily
basilisks, it is perhaps not surprising that the less rule-abiding amongst us have skirted the law. Is explained by a neighbor of the wizard in custody, a shrouded figure who has chosen to remain anonymous. The way to make a basilisk is by...
Daily profit.
Okay, go to the next page. Yeah, no, you have to, like, hatch the lizard egg or something
Read all about it.
under chicken. That's nuts.
All the latest visiting news.
Hengist of wood. You can't imagine how he.
Let's see what we can get.
Hello. Mind you, don't turn
Upgrading
quick.
ingredients.
If you're
Hello.
Welcome to. The lot of it was brought up by a trader in Ottery Sink. Apparently, must have been. Anyway, what you always have trouble. But people kept.
She talks a lot.
I can imagine that.
No, true. Used to carry. And I. Now, always best to pop in whenever you can.
Thank you.
Take all the time.
What do you have for sale?
Okay, unicorn hairs. This one's so much. 3,400. Measle fur is pretty big.
You could never go wrong with those.
That's
Good
hard
choice,
to
I'd say.
Alright, don't have to worry about that. And don't have to worry about that. Get toads later.
I'll not mind seeing you here again. Consider yourself welcome.
Revelio.
I hate how fast it turns when you're going slow. But it doesn't turn fast when you're new.
Upper Hogsfield. Now where to find Mrs. Sprottle?
Bardo Beaumont should have returned by now. Had by dark wizards he was.
Excuse me. Did you say something about Bardolph Beaumont?
I did. I don't think we've met. I'm Dorothy Sprottle. I was just worrying about Claire Beaumont's brother Bardolph, only he's gone missing. Rumour is he was seen in the forest practicing dark magic. Saw him myself near some ruins with Rookwood's lot I did. I fear he got himself into trouble with the Ashwinders, especially if he made them a promise he couldn't keep. I'd help search for him myself, but no one will risk encountering Ranrock's loyalists. They seem to be everywhere.
I can certainly look out for him.
Any help would be appreciated. I can tell you that Bardolph was last seen in the forest wearing a particular woolen jumper, one that Claire knitted herself. Claire will be at her shop if you'd like to speak with her.
I'm gonna go ahead and do that one first. She does have
Upper
to
Hogsfield is being terrorised by Ranrock's loyalists. It's not right.
And I'm gonna do this one because
I couldn't help but overhear.
after I do
Did
the
you mention
brush.
Ranrock's loyalists?
I-
Nice to meet you.
My brother Bardolph dared to stand up to them, and I was simply at my wit's end.
See, originally you get this quest first and then you get the other one. Because he ends up insane Mungos for messing around with them and then something happens and he comes back. And then he goes off and does stuff.
I am unfortunate.
Much as I would. We should
I'm
not.
gonna go and do this.
It seems as though things are getting worse. Best be on my guard. Revelio!
It's amazing. Thing
How nice of you to stop by. You will regret coming.
Let's see.
One less human to worry about.
One of Ranrock's camps. Exactly as Madame Beaumont described.
Hello?
Descendo! Places! Defender! Protego! Stupid one!
We said some running.
Leviosa! Descendo! Places!
I won't rest. No! Not quiet enough. I'm
Leviosa! Descendo! Places! Protego! Stupid one!
someone's
Defender! Stupid one!
This is where you
Leviosa! Descendo! Places! Defender! Stupid one! Leviosa! Descendo! Places!
I won't rest.
Leviosa! Descendo! Protego! Superman! Descendo! Places! Defender!
You are postponing.
Leviosa! Descendo! Places! One count down, one more to go. Defender! Leviosa! Descendo! Places!
I won't rest.
Your blood's on Ranrock's hands. Revelio.
It's not my smoothest thing. Surprised they didn't use so many shields.
How nice of you to stop by. You will regret coming here.
Revelio.
I'm famished.
Look at all of them.
You won't get
Incendio.
Why not I hit you?
Incendio. Accio.
You won't get
Repulsor.
That should have been. Are you quite finished?
Confringo. Accio. Repulsor. Stupefy.
You won't. Somewhere. Over here.
Accio.
Nothing.
Incendio. Confringo. Repulsor. Accio.
That was a grave mistake.
Accio. Incendio.
Who's there? I'll find you. One less human to worry about.
Descendo. Glacius. Defender.
Get accustomed.
Leviosa.
I'm a goblin, not a toy.
Descendo. Glacius. Levioso! Glacius! Defender! Potato! Stupid! Both camps cleared. Madame Beaumont will be glad to hear.
That's what I meant to do with this first one. For some reason I couldn't get that pulse to hit him.
Revelio.
Ancient magic.
These rocks have seen better days. Confringo! Shame I didn't have an audience for that one. Revelio. Wonder who lives here.
I do miss the bustle of business. Poor customers, afraid to venture out.
Hello, Madame Beaumont. Good news. I was able to clear out Ranrock's camps.
You cleared them out? How?
I managed to catch them off guard.
When my brother returns, this news will mean the world to him. You saved our hamlet, my young friend. I fear for other hamlets, truly.
I should be going.
Yeah, I gotta talk to her about her brother.
Thank you. Sincerely.
Madame Beaumont, might I speak with you?
I'd be... Oh, dear.
She mentioned dark magic and even the Ashwinders.
Despite my repeated warnings, Bardolph's been experimenting with dark magic near the edge of the forest. I thought perhaps he'd get it out of his system and it would gradually stop. But then one day, he didn't come home.
I'll let you know if I see or hear anything about him.
Thank you.
I should be going.
Bardolph,
Alright.
I'll not give up hope.
Don't make it too close. Keeping my fire spells ready.
This could prove dangerous if I'm not careful. Confringo. Accio. Incendio. Is that Inferius wearing a woody jumper? That must be one. Potato. Incendio. Confringo. I want to know what really happened. Confringo.
one of them was wearing a red jumper.
Revelio.
There's a note. Give me a note. I'm repulsed by what I've just witnessed. They have created Inferius, a corpse mutilated come to life. I tried to hide my horror at what I was seeing. Alas, I think they saw through me. I need to convince them that I'm not a spy. I'm not here to undermine them. If I do not, I fear I could be next, Bardolph. So,
This
yeah.
mentions in theory, and something about it being Bardolph's turn next. Revelio.
Oh. One of two. I hate that I'm afraid, but there's no going back. I seem to have mastered 2 of the curses thus far. But I've had to pledge to do their bidding. If I'm to learn more, I can't let them see my fear. They've already whispered behind my back. I've been told not to trust the dark wizards, but I can't stop until I have enough magic to protect Claire, myself, and all Upper Hogsfield.
An entry from Bardolph's journal. He overheard whispers, a plan, something to do with him. Revelio.
That is all of them. Cave down here. I don't know what kind. Just a treasure cave.
Revelio. Blazes. Revelio. Incendio. Confringo.
Yeah, I think that's just it.
Revelio. Upper Hogsfield. Now where to find Mrs. Sportle? What do we have here?
Hello, Hamora.
Revelio.
There's one thing there. That was not bad. So, it's all right.
You've made up a... Oh, I do hope my brother...
Madame Beaumont, I do have some news of your brother.
Oh, please tell me he's safe.
I regret to say that Bardolph had been turned into an Inferius, and I had to kill him.
What?
You have to say that part.
But how could you possibly think that an Inferius was my brother Bardolph? That's absurd.
He was wearing a woolen jumper, hand-knitted.
No. No. This can't be.
I'm truly sorry. I wish it had been better news. I wish you well, Madame Beaumont.
What more could I have done? Oh, Bardolph.
And now she looks normal.
Bardolph. My dear, dear brother.
Alright, can I sell you some shit now?
Bardolph. You wouldn't have left without saying goodbye, would you?
And now she's talking like she forgot that I just told him.
Nice to see you again, Mrs. Sprottle. Actually, Sirona Ryan asked if I'd come and see you.
Oh, dear Sirona, a gem. Has been for as long as I've known her.
She thought you might need help collecting ingredients for your Wiggenweld potion.
And she's correct. My darling Aidan used to collect Hawklumps for me. Since he died, my supply has dwindled.
I'm sorry for your loss, Mrs. Sprottle.
Oh, thank you. Love of my life. A bit lost without him. If you wouldn't mind gathering some Hawklumps for me, I'd be happy to compensate you for your time.
I can certainly try and find some for you.
That would be wonderful. I'm worried about the travelling vendors and would love to get them more Wiggenweld potion.
Sirona also mentioned that Mr. Sprottle was bringing her a box of letters when he fell ill.
Indeed he was. I'd almost forgotten. I stumbled upon it just before Aidan died. He was hoping to go through it with Sirona over a butterbeer or two. Those two were always like two bowtruckles in a branch. Aidan took ill when he was collecting Hawklumps on his way to see her. He made it home, but I fear he dropped the box in the cavern. The cavern is in the hills just southwest of our hamlet. You can gather Hawklumps and collect the box of letters there.
Thank you, Mrs. Sprottle.
Thank you. I'll be here if you are able to collect those Hawklumps. I and the vendors I help would greatly appreciate it.
Alright. Let's go get this letters and everything else. Oh, heavy throne press. Oh, look. Guys below me.
I shan't be having none of your nonsense. Leave me like that again and you'll soon find yourself with naught but poke.
This must be the cavern Mrs. Sprottle mentioned.
I won't go down as easy.
You would do.
Nothing more than luck.
No, no, no!
What have you done?
Here,
Revelio.
it's over. I had the high ground. I like that there's all these parts.
Better have a look around, see if I can find that box of letters. Incendio! Getting there. Just a few more Hawklumps to harvest. Revelio. Confringo. Incendio. Confringo. Incendio.
With all that gases.
Confringo. Revelio. Almost there. One more hawk lump to harvest. Confringo.
Not down there yet.
Revelio.
Alright, now what do we do right now? Oh, I should have dodged teleport.
Revelio.
Save me a few steps.
That's all the hawk lumps for now. Mrs. Sprottle should be
Alright,
pleased.
all the hork lumps I get after this are for myself.
Either I'll have to fight that well, or avoid it altogether. Should think they felt that in London. Revelio. Confringo. Incendio. Lumos. Revelio. Lumos. Revelio. Confringo. Revelio.
Oh, that's from Professor Garlic. Let's see. I'm not gonna read it out loud, but I'll leave it long enough on the screen. Alright. Another one. This is Philomena. Alright.
This must be Sorona's box of letters.
Well, that's a letter to Mrs. Spruttle from...
I think that's everything. Sorona will be glad to have this back.
Alright, let's go deliver the supplies and then take notes. Oh, more
I should find Mrs. Sprottle. She'll be glad to get these Hawk lumps.
Hogwarts is very lucky they got
Hello, Mrs. Sprottle. I have good news. I was able to harvest some Hawk lumps for you, and I found Sorona's box of letters.
Oh, thank you. How wonderful. The travelling vendors will be thrilled to replenish their stock of Wiggenweld potion. And Sorona will be delighted to have those letters. How kind of you. Now you be careful heading back to Hogsmeade.
I should take this box of letters to Sorona. She'll be glad to have it back.
Yeah, I'm just gonna quick travel there.
Hello, Serona. I have good news. I was able to provide your friend Mrs. Sprottle with some Hawk lumps for her Wiggenweld potion, and I found your box of letters.
Oh, thank you. I knew you were the one to ask.
I wondered about some of the letters in the box.
Of course. It appears most of the letters were from fellow students.
I saw a letter from someone named Mirabelle. Is that Professor Garlick?
It is. Still one of my dearest friends. I know she wouldn't mind you having seen that letter. She and I are of a similar mind, especially when it comes to young people. We believe experience to be an invaluable teacher. To borrow a phrase from Mirabelle, it's a joy to see anyone blossom, but particularly one who doubted they ever would.
One of the letters mentions Quidditch practice. Did you play?
I did. Was the Ravenclaw Seeker for 3 years. Oh, Merlin's beard, I adore Quidditch. Nothing like the feeling of catching the golden snitch when your team's down by 140 points. I'll never forgive Professor Black for cancelling it this year. I miss cheering for
They changed
Ravenclaw.
the rules of Quidditch for the Quidditch video game. They lowered the amount the snitches were to like 50 or something. I haven't bought the game. I'm not really that
I'm
interested.
glad I could be of help.
If they put it in
Mrs. Sprottle
under
sends
the
her
second,
best.
Don't know what I'd have done
Hogwarts
without her
Legacy
and
game, that'd be
Aiden.
great.
Thank you, again, for helping her. And for returning this box of letters. It's nice to reflect on good memories.
I mean, a lot of people complain that they thought that rule was stupid, the 150 points thing. In some ways it kind of is, in short matches and stuff like that. Yeah, maybe. But they talk about Quidditch matches going on for hours and hours. And some, I think like the record was like well over several days. So you got to think that that score, unless the team's skill is vastly different, that 150 points can be pretty, close. Like Crumb caught it. If he would have caught it, a few minutes earlier, he might have won. But, they were already behind by more than 150 points, so he just caught it to end it. And the other thing is, you've got one Seeker trying to get it, or both Seekers are trying to get it at first, but if you're down by 150 points, you got one Seeker trying to keep the other Seeker from getting it. So then it becomes a different kind of game. Unless it is a completely one-sided game. But I don't know. I mean, 50 points sounds reasonable to me, too. Alright, next quest. We are going to do... We'll go ahead and do In the Shadows of the Estate. Go back onto the main stuff. And so we've got to go all the way south. His family's estate's all the way down here. And we do not have anything close. So we're just going to go down there. Huh, that's a different guy that wasn't here last time. Just gave the other guy the maximum push. Oh, and I guess I'll talk to the vendor before I start the quest, because I've got stuff in it. And I hate that I can't fly over that mountain. Make this trip a little shorter.
Revelio.
I think I got this point right here. Oh, wait, is that a wand thing? Yes, it is. Accidentally picked up the drink. Ah, yes, that's one of my favorite ones right there. This style, at least. It's a different color that I think I usually get. It's like a light color one. It's like a light brown. See, if they made this one in a gray and like white, like a silver and a gray, that'd be much better. That one looks pretty cool. Yeah, I don't think any of these are upgrades. Just make sure before I sell. That one's not going to be an upgrade, I doubt it.
Revelio.
Jabber. Yeah, you can see the field right there at the right. I literally can't go over. That's crazy. Let's stop right here.
Revelio.
There they are. Need to put the bag on my.
Professor Howard will never believe this. Revelio.
They disappeared. Oh.
Levioso. Everything's all right now.
Alright, 2 nibblers. Wow, it's really here. I'm missing it.
Revelio.
Dark wizards fighting spiders.
I've been at this for hours.
It's a wands.
Revelio.
Or wand handle. There, yeah. Oh, I don't think I've ever had that one before. I think they randomly put different ones, different places throughout each place. They have the same wands, just different. They just put them in different locations each time.
Revelio.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, you look at that one. It's actually pretty neat looking. Go better with a light color wand.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Welcome. I'm Bernard Indiai, and this is my shop. Is there anything I can help you with?
What do you have for sale?
pleasure doing
School
business
bus
with you.
kind of looked better. Yeah, that's another house clerk.
Have I mentioned you're welcome to stop by any time?
Oh, that's yeah, it's like a Quidditch robe. Hate the little dangly thing on the head. Another Quidditch style one.
Revelio.
Yeah, it's gonna sleep up here in this piece of wood.
You made it.
Enjoying the view?
Keeping an eye on things. Feldcroft isn't what it used to be. No one has felt safe here since Ranrock's loyalists took a peculiar interest in that castle over there. Rookwood Castle. My uncle Solomon is a former Auror and refuses to look into it, even after Anne was cursed by one of them. Possibly with a wand, no less.
I heard a goblin refer to wizard kind as wand carriers. Are goblins forbidden from carrying wands?
Precisely. That's why I'm on the hunt for answers. If I'm to cure her, I need to understand what happened to her. Anne was always the most mischievous of the three of us. Which is saying something, knowing me and Ominous. I'm hoping a surprise visit from me and a new friend from Hogwarts will help lift her spirits. Bring back the Anne I used to know. Come on. I'll take you to my uncle's. This way.
Lead the way.
Feldcroft used to be a lot livelier. With Ranrock's lot wandering about all the time, everyone stays out of sight. Here we are. My sister should be just inside.
Aha! Sebastian, where did you... Is that what I think it is?
We've been over this, boy.
Hey.
Shrivelfigs cannot reverse a curse. Nothing can.
It's kind of a dig, but
The sooner you accept that reality, the better.
But yeah.
But we haven't tried everything.
There is no cure! When will you accept that?
Never. I can never accept it.
Now look what you've done.
It's all four both understand.
I'm
So
sorry.
One of them, or both of them, just be a little more understanding of where the other one's coming from.
I'm sorry you had to see that. If you don't mind, I just need a moment alone.
Poor Sebastian. Not the visit he'd hoped for.
I'm gonna read the
Sorry
private notes.
about earlier. Those bouts of pain are difficult to bear.
Revelio.
Are you all right, Anne? I didn't mean to intrude.
You
just read your
didn't,
notes.
truly. And I'm all right. The pain from this curse comes in bouts, and often suddenly. It's not anyone's fault. It's nice to meet you, by the way. You must be the new 5th year Sebastian told me about.
I am. Sebastian and I met during a rather lively duel in defense against the dark arts.
Oh dear, Professor Hecat. She's a powerful witch. And she knows how to keep students like my brother, and me, in line. I do miss Hogwarts, but I wouldn't mind being in Feldcroft really if it wasn't so dreary now. Between the goblins at the castle and my uncle fighting with Sebastian whenever he's home, it's not the cozy retreat it once was.
Sebastian mentioned something about your uncle being an ex-Auror, but refusing to go after Ranrock's loyalists. I must say, I wasn't prepared for him to be as angry as he was.
Uncle Solomon is frustrated by what happened to me, and by Sebastian for thinking he can fix it. They both mean well, I know they do, but my uncle is right. This curse cannot be undone. I can feel it. Sebastian cannot take away my pain. Perhaps you can help him to understand that.
She's come to accept it. But,
I'll do my best. I can promise to speak with him about it.
And that's the thing, her uncle
His
has
search
come
for a
to
cure
accept
was
it.
futile,
She's
I'm
come to
afraid.
accept it.
I'm getting tired. I should probably rest.
And Sebastian,
Thank you for stopping by. I wish you well.
That's why I side more with the uncle, I think, than Sebastian. I mean, I wouldn't tell him to stop looking for normal ways to do it, but not the ways that he is going
That
about
boy
it.
will fray my last nerve.
Excuse me, Mr. Sallow.
Oh, yes, Sebastian's friend. I apologize on behalf of my nephew. He doesn't know when to stop. I was about to check on Anne. Did I see you come from the house? How is she?
She's all right. She said she was going to rest.
Nothing can be done for her.
I understand you've tried everyone from Nurse Blaney to St. Mungo's to no avail.
We have. My nephew thinks he knows better than the healers.
Perhaps the healers don't know everything, sir. Sebastian is single-mindedly focused on finding a way to help his sister. If there is a cure, he will find it.
Your faith in Sebastian is misplaced. Some sort of dark magic cursed Anne, and the goblins aren't likely to explain themselves any time soon. Giving her hope is cruel. The only thing to do now is keep Anne comfortable and stay out of the Loyalists' way.
I agree with part of that.
I understand what you're saying, sir.
Good. I know what's best for Anne and Sebastian. They are my stubborn brother's children.
And that's
Especially
another part of it.
Sebastian. If you really want to be of help, you'll make sure Sebastian does what he should do, not what he wants to do. He's no idea the harm he could do if he doesn't stop. I hope you remember what I've said. Good day.
I ought to see how Sebastian's faring.
Why will he not listen to me? She's my sister.
And see, that's one thing about this quest is like everybody looks at it from like the normal Hogwarts perspective where the adults, kind of know what they're talking about, but the children with the unshakable hope are the ones that come through and find this special way to get things done that adults had no idea about, whatever. In reality, it's a little different, and it's not always going to work out that way. And that's kind of, I think, what I like about this quest, because it kind of shows that. That the children who get into trouble aren't.
How are you doing, Sebastian?
You got a first-hand glance at what I'm dealing with. I apologize for my uncle.
I know he's angry, but he's only trying to do what he thinks is best for Anne.
He's always angry. He's been angry since my parents died. After Anne was hurt, he only grew worse. It's as though he blames me somehow, always calling me my father's son, as if that's an insult. I'm the one trying to help her. He's simply given up.
Both Anne and your uncle seem genuinely convinced that nothing more can be done for her.
I refuse to believe that. Anne's pain is more than physical. It has changed her entirely. I miss my sister. And I'm going to get her back. Come with me. I need to show you where it happened. Ranrock's loyalists are capable of so much more than people realize. They should not be underestimated.
Alright, let's go check it out.
All the debris you'll see is from whatever's going on at that abandoned estate. They've been digging for something.
Abandoned estate, he said.
Up there,
from here.
on that plateau, is where they cursed Anne. This way.
How much longer are we expected to dig through this rubble? Ranrock knows what he's doing. It's an honor to be a part of it. Send it. Places. Gryffindor.
silent as a grave.
Revelio.
Wizard kind will submit to us once the war is over.
Afraid to fight!
How childish!
Leviosa, Descendo, that was miserable! Another unwind coming back this way. Places. Let's get it. You've made your last mistake. I won't. Leviosa. One less human to worry about.
Places. Gryffindor.
You call that spell?
Protego. Leviosa. Descendo. Places.
Just you wait till I... No! Such arrogance.
Leviosa. Descendo.
Dead.
Leviosa.
You don't know who you're playing with!
Leviosa. Places. Gryffindor. Descendo.
Leviosa.
Leviosa. Places.
That was meant for me.
Leviosa.
I confess, that was a bit more than I'd bargained for.
Revelio.
I tried to warn you.
Those loyalists deserved what they got.
Couldn't agree more. This is where it happened. We smelled smoke in the middle of the night. When we looked outside, flames were shooting from the estate. Before my uncle and I could stop her, Anne rushed out, racing towards the fire, worried someone had been hurt. She came face to face with a horde of goblins, frantically trying to stamp out the flames. Suddenly, an icy voice drifted out from somewhere in the smoke. Children should be seen and not heard. A blinding blast followed. They didn't even give her a chance to run.
It seems an awfully violent response to a child wandering by. What were they trying to hide?
My thoughts exactly. It may be grasping at Billywigs, but I keep thinking that there might be something here that could lead me to whoever cursed Anne. Might be the only way to learn what type of magic harmed her, which could help me find a cure.
Perhaps you're right. The Loyalists are everywhere, but they do seem to be spending a lot of time here, and it's likely they're hiding something.
And at Rookwood Castle. Shall we have a look around? They seem to have set up camp here for a specific reason. They have stations for everything.
Whose home was this?
Been abandoned long since I've lived here. Rumour was a Hogwarts professor lived here once, centuries ago.
Hogwarts
But that's
professor.
all I ever heard. I've heard that goblin dig sites like these are popping up everywhere.
It's a wonder the Ministry isn't doing more. This well looks familiar. Sebastian, I've seen this before. This house, the well, the view.
What do you mean? When?
Give me a moment. I'll explain in a second.
The bluffs over there. Where were we watched from last time? Or it might have been over there.
Revelio. Sebastian, over here. Do you think that this was damaged by the fire the night that Anne was cursed?
Could be. But it looks to me as though this was intentional.
Revelio. Confringo. Sebastian, this house did belong to a Hogwarts professor hundreds of years ago.
Who? What do you...
I found a pensive that day in the restricted section with a memory that showed this house. There was a little girl and a drought. The keepers have shown me other memories as well. The girl became a Hogwarts professor. Her name was Isadora Morganach. She was one of the keepers.
The keepers? Like in Quidditch? And you found a pensive in the library? I'm not following you.
I realize it's a lot to take in. I'm not even sure I understand it all yet. And no, not like Quidditch. They call themselves keepers because they're protecting some type of knowledge. It has to do with the vault at Gringotts.
Let me see if I've got this straight. You have Ranrock and Rookwood after you because of something you found at Gringotts where you ended up via a portkey. You can see traces of an ancient magic that you think Ranrock is trying to harness. And now you've been witnessing memories left by keepers. And this house belonged to a Hogwarts professor who was one of these non-Quidditch keepers hundreds of years ago. If I didn't know you, I'd think you were pulling my leg.
It is all a bit much, isn't it, when you put it like that? The point is, we both have good reason to search this house. You for answers about what happened to Anne, and me for answers about the keepers.
Look at this.
Revelio. Someone piled this here for a reason. Is it blocking something?
Only one way to find out.
Seven.
Lumos.
Why bother blocking a stairwell?
There might be something here worth a closer look.
They've left ornaments simply strewn about.
Confringo!
Tells me they're after something bigger.
Incendio! Lumos. A journal entry of Isadora's. I should hold on to this. Seems these journal entries are from Isadora's travels. Confringo! Revelio. Incendio. You're not going to believe this. I can see the Undercroft.
What? A daydream? Because that happens to me too.
Lumos. I know it sounds strange, but...
Honestly, nothing you say sounds strange to me anymore.
Fair enough. I can see the Undercroft through this stone wall, as though it's a window. This has happened before.
I'm listening.
I think it's to do with my ability to see traces of ancient magic.
But you said you didn't really understand it, and that you couldn't wield it.
That's true, and I'm still not sure what it all means. What I do know is that my ability allows me to travel through these windows I see.
Wait. We can get straight to the Undercroft from here. Ominous will be flawed.
We can. But perhaps best not to tell anyone else about this for now. Even Ominous.
Understood. Well then,
Keep something from
invisible,
others.
secret, ancient magic passageway? Here we come. I'm
Revelio.
tempted to hold my breath.
Lumos.
Why would the door lead us here?
Sebastian, look. Why hide a triptych here?
Seems as if something's missing.
A note. Let's have a look.
Has an ancient magic symbol. Let's see. What does this say? See spot run. Run spot run.
Anything helpful in the note?
A rune symbol. I've seen similar symbols used by the keepers.
I've been thinking. A keeper lived in that house centuries ago, and Ranrock and his lot have been searching there. You said that goblins may be wielding some form of this ancient magic. Do you think Anne was cursed by ancient magic?
I can't be sure, of course, but I don't think so. I didn't see any traces of it around your sister.
Very well. But that doesn't mean it's not ancient magic. There's still so much we don't know about it.
True. Perhaps this triptych will lead us to answers.
Then we'll have to unravel what this all means. But now I need to see Ominous. Don't worry, I won't tell him anything. Did I mention that, apparently, Salazar Slytherin had a secret scriptorium here, in Hogwarts?
You did not? Sounds worth looking into. Any idea where in the castle?
No idea. Ominous just learned of it. I'll let you know what I find out. I had no
like
idea
Salazar
others would see
Slytherin
Anne would
was a
unfold into all of
secret
this. My head's an utter mess. But I'm glad you told me everything you did. I'll be in touch. Till then.
Alright.
Revelio.
So astronomy class would be next. But I think we're gonna end up doing this one next. Let's check my inventory real quick. Oh yeah, I've got nifflers to take. That was the only piece of gear, so I'm gonna go let these nifflers go.
Potions you've brewed.
Ruins of Falbottom Castle. After dark. Do not tell anyone.
Oh, there we go, finish the challenge. Yep, and that'll be nice to throw on one or a couple pieces of gear. I'm mainly gonna go with ancient magic damage, ancient magic generation rate. Let's see, do I have anything new to put out here? I don't think I do. I normally had trees and stuff put up. How limited my building is on this. Get these like steps and stuff. It's really hard to make anything like a castle or anything like that. Alright, well I think that is where I'm gonna stop now. We got a bunch of pork lumps. So we can make more wicked well. Keep it brewing so I can constantly just come back and pick more. Alright, well, that is it for now. Alright, thanks for watching.